Hello, demon,
A
and
demon.
welcome to a touchstone session of Philly by Night. Tonight, our resident Lasombra with a bad attitude, Lenka Blisk, is going to be meeting with one of her touchstones. Um, this is your touchstone slash criminal contact, Bambi. Yes.
It is.
Okay. Okay. So we are going to start things off at your haven.
Mm-hmm.
You rouse from day sleep, and the sun has set about an hour ago. We have we have reached that true dark that brings out all of the creepy crawlies. Um, it happens to be that today is occurring concurrently with the session Chantry's Haunted. So that means we are, if I'm not mistaken, May 24th.
All right.
But I will double check that real quick, make sure that I have the correct date. Just because I need to, it's a little bit more important to keep our dates straight now that we
Yeah.
have so many different tables moving around. So, yes, this is occurring the night of May 24th. As you rouse from your day sleep,
Mm-hmm.
you see a figure standing at the end of your bed. Normally, this is where I would ask you for resolve and awareness or something like that, but you don't need any of that because you would know your sire the second you saw her.
No.
And as the lights flicker and buzz around the room, he just stares at you with this inky black malice. Why is it so important to claw back what you do not need?
Is she actually there?
She certainly looks like she's actually there.
Lenka will bare her teeth and very quickly um sit up in bed and like act as if she's ready to defend herself. Probably has her little knuckle thing under her pillow that she grabs.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Oh, tasty. Such fire. Where was that when you were with me?
You shouldn't be here. Fuck off.
You should already know. I'm everywhere. And with that, She vanishes in a puff of black smoke. Lights stop flickering, and you are once again left alone in your haven.
Whatever bedding is in the bed is no longer in the bed because it is flung off of it,
Mhm.
probably tearing
Okay.
feathers from the pillows everywhere. As she takes the very sharp object she has in her hand and cuts through the pillows very angrily because she's not having that today.
That's fair.
Then she'll get up, look over at her phone, look over at where Cyrene should have been.
Yeah, and you read that text from Cyrene that she's probably not going to be around because their uncle that left them the house left a pretty big mess that they have to clean up.
Hmm.
So before we get on to your hunt,
Hmm.
how is Lenka feeling right now?
Angry. Confused. Most of all, confused, but angry and like wondering if that was real or not. And she's pacing a little bit back and forth,
That's
trying to keep in her anger, trying to not lash out any more than she already has.
that's fair. Yeah, you're
She's
definitely gonna.
trying to
Uh,
rationalize.
you know what? I want you to go ahead and give me a composure and resolve. I want to see how bad this bed gets messed up.
Okay. Is that with the 300 dice?
Nope, no hunger dice, just a composure and resolve.
All right. We'll just do it here. 4 successes.
Okay. Bed gets shredded up pretty good.
Mm,
Uh,
yeah.
it's not completely destroyed, but um, well, sheets are ruined anyway. So are the pillows,
Okay.
but the mattress was spared mercifully the brunt of
Mm.
your aggression.
All right.
So Lenka is going to, I'm assuming, get herself ready and
Yeah.
uh, prepare for the hunt.
Yeah.
So we're going out, and you said you're doing strength and brawl, right? That was the pool that you did.
So yeah.
Okay. So you go out on your hunt and you find some hapless individual who looks like they just got done with a rather heated argument. They angrily hang up their cell phone and just manage to get the phone in their pocket before you pounce upon them.
Gonna let out some of the anger.
Okay. You gonna rough them up some?
Yeah.
Okay. Uh,
Nothing too deadly. Just you know, maybe hit his head against the brick wall or something.
Give me a strength plus brawl, please. And we'll do that at we'll do that at one hunger. We'll say you've already fed.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and give me another strength plus brawl. If you have like lethal body or anything like that.
There's nothing attached to this. It is straight up.
Okay.
Oh no. It's a really good roll.
Oh boy.
Ugh.
Um yeah.
That was a crit.
So as you smash the man's head against the wall, your hand doesn't stop. His head cracks like a ripe melon,
Hmm.
and he flops to the ground, the body convulsing in death rattles.
Um, it's not great. Not great. Not really that great.
Nope.
That's-
You've got a dead guy.
yeah. Um, what is my surroundings looking like?
You are in a semi-secluded alley, but not 25 feet away. There are people moving about through their night.
Shit.
I mean, after all, this is the city, and let me just double check what day of the week the 24th is. Uh, yeah, it's a Wednesday in Center City, so it's not as bad as it would be on a Friday or a Saturday night, but it still gets pretty crowded on a Wednesday down in the city. Uh, you are
Uh-huh.
working with a small amount of time.
Is there any dumpsters or something in here that I could like temporarily hide him in?
Go ahead and give me a resolve and awareness, please.
3.
Okay. You do manage to find a sizable waste disposal or waste management dumpster, big green dumpster,
Mm-hmm.
and you are able to get the gentleman into the dumpster.
Yeah.
Uh,
Just cover him with a few trash bags as well. And then wherever he collapsed, there's probably a pool of blood. So
oh yeah.
covering that bunch of newspapers and the trash bags and stuff. Trying to like very temporarily fix the situation. Just in case someone peeks their head in and you know. Oh man. Um do we have a cleanup coterie? I don't think we do.
We
Do
do.
we? Do we? Well,
Uh-huh.
just getting in touch with them, I guess. I don't know who's on there.
It is currently Rowan.
Oh. Oh,
That is that
oh
is the
good.
cleanup coterie.
Oh good. I'm so Rowan. I'm so sorry, Rowan. Well, probably calling Rowan then.
Okay. Um, so you call the number that was provided to you in your welcome back to Philly packet. The card is for Sunshine Cleaners. You get a very familiar voice answering the phone. It's not Rowan's, but the sultry strains of one Miss Wayne.
Ah,
Sunshine Cleaners, how can I help you?
hey, Sunshine. I got a dumpster that's full. Right here, and gives location. Pick up as soon as possible.
It's going to be extra for a rush job.
Sure. I'm not in the mood for delays. Just get it done.
Don't worry, we'll get a technician out as quick as we can. And with that, phone hangs up. It takes about 20 minutes. So while you're waiting, go ahead and give me we're going to call this a composure and stealth, please.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
I hope that succeeds.
We let's see.
Could willpower it.
Okay. Anyway, um, so the 20 minutes pass,
Yeah.
and eventually you will see a tall figure sweep into the alley and walk up close to where you're hunkered down hiding. Hey, Miss Blisk, here you got to clean up for me. And standing there in what looks to be your average workday outfit with a ball cap that reads "Mr. Fix It" is one Rowan Everly.
She's been kneeling behind the dumpster, picking at the dirt, flicking stones. And then as this Rowan comes up, she just looks up, tired, a little grumpy, stands up, brushes off her clothes. Yep, it's this one. It was an accident, man. I'm sorry.
Takes a peek in the dumpster, lets out a long, low whistle. Really did a number on this one.
I didn't mean to just fix it.
Yep, two minors and you got yourself a deal.
Could you repeat that, sorry?
Two minor boons and you got yourself a deal.
You got it.
All right. And he, without saying anything else, pricks his thumb, sprinkles a little bit of his own vitae over top of the body, and you watch as it slowly dissolves into ash. All right. Anything else that needs cleaned up?
She points over where she the blood was spilled and removes the trash bag to reveal the pool. Probably all soaked up in the newspaper, but doesn't look pretty.
And he takes a look at things, adjusts the bag on his hip, pulls out some gloves, wads up the newspaper, stuffs it in a paper bag, tosses it over by the dumpster, reaches back into the bag, grabs a small container of what looked to be some sort of like clay granules, sprinkles it over top of the area, replaces the canister back in his bag, stands up straight, looks at the spot on the wall where the man's head made contact, pulls out a little spray bottle, sprays it down. The smell of ammonia suddenly overtakes your nostrils. And after another 2 to 3 minutes, he kicks the clay granules around so that they disperse into the alleyway and picks up the paper bag that he stuffed the wet newspaper into, sticks that in the dumpster, again pricks open his thumb, dribbles a bit of vitae over top, and all of the newspaper that had been touched by blood dissolves into ash, some holes eating through on the paper bag. But your your mess has been effectively cleaned.
Thanks.
Of course, of course. After all, it's one of the many services that are offered.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, Fuck, a little fucking appreciation will go a long way.
I did say thank you, didn't I?
All right. Well, you have a great night, Miss Blisk.
You too.
And Rowan will saunter off.
So will she. The opposite direction. And then realize she probably go the same way. And then turns around.
But I am going to hit you with a stain.
Yeah, of course you are. Damn it. This is
I
exactly
mean,
the opposite of what we wanted to.
you you
I blame
killed a
you.
guy.
I
I
blame you.
mean, I'm not the one who said out loud I'm gonna smash the guy's head into a wall.
I did specifically say non lethal. However, the dice told the story. So here we are. Anyway, I think she's gonna just walk back to her haven after this.
Okay.
Um, has she prepared Bambi at all? Or is something that we were gonna do now?
I mean, you would have sent for Bambi, so
Hmm.
she's in the city right now.
Oh, okay. Well, then probably go and try and find her. I don't know if she's holed up in a hotel or an office or a building. I don't know. Where is she?
She is currently staying at one of the many hotels downtown. That's not the thing I wanted to open. And if you give me just one moment, I will tell you exactly where it is that he is staying.
Mm-hmm.
He is currently staying at the Westin Philadelphia, which is part of the One Liberty Place complex in downtown Philadelphia.
Right.
You would actually be familiar with this particular area, given that One Liberty Place is where John and Alicia held their wedding.
Oh, right. Okay.
But
Right.
you head on down to the Westin, which is faces South 17th Street. Uh, Sitting comfortably at the corner of South 17th and Chestnut. It takes you a minute to get there because the city is typically congested. Uh, but you manage to make it there.
Mm-hmm.
You get a text from Bambi that she'll meet you in the hotel bar.
All right.
And as you enter, the Westin is a storied establishment here in Philadelphia. It is one of the fancier establishments. You see a lot of a lot of you know black town cars that slide through, dropping off what appear to be VIP guests. A lot of old money coming through here.
Yeah.
But you head into the lobby lounge at the Westin, and you see off in one of the corner booths, Bambi is already sipping on a drink, just waiting for you.
Lenka's gonna try and stay out of the way of people going in front of her and gonna snake her way over there, down next to her, or
Yeah,
across from her if she's in a booth.
it's one of those like corner booths,
Mm.
so there's there's not really an across from so much as there is uh
Diagonal next to kind of.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, she's gonna sit down with a smile, a little bit of a not quite genuine, but genuine smile, forced smile.
so what do I owe the pleasure?
I don't know if you're coming. It's a pleasure if our common friend.
It's not often that I get called to a place like this, and it's Certainly less often that I get put up in such fancy digs.
Did you travel alone?
Yes, I traveled alone. I mean,
And what about Chris? Does she know you left?
I'm assuming she knows something. She was a little testy before I took off.
And she was just in my room.
No.
Fuck.
Listen, I'm not saying she was or wasn't. All I know is that if she's here, she certainly didn't come with me.
I'm gonna choose to trust you because
But the next time you talk to your new boss, pass on my thanks. The governor's suite is wanky.
I will. I'll let him know. Glad you like it. I need a more permanent place here. What do you need?
Well, I mean, you're talking about me coming out here permanently?
I am. I've gotten a new business partner, and it's it's becoming more long term, and I could really use your help.
Okay. I mean, wouldn't take me too much, but I certainly need a, you know, job, place to stay. Things like this don't exactly happen overnight. I mean, unless you've got some serious cash. You don't have serious cash, do you?
I have very serious cash, and I have very serious contact. And if it's a job you need, well, you got it.
I mean, yeah, that's great and all, but if you don't mind me asking, where?
I don't know much of any of what you guys do, but I can tell you this much. Whoever put you in the governor's suite is going to be a big help here.
Uh, well, and you can see Bambi, like, for a moment, her face has become the math meme. And she's like, but your boss, but the lady, she's that one brain cell's bouncing around trying real hard to put two and two together.
Listen, I know a lot of people in the city that are, for some reason, wanting to help me. And help me is helping you.
You are lasombering pretty hard there, Lenka.
I am
So
sorry, I'm putting it closer. Is this
much better.
all right? I have a lot of friends here, and those are friends in really, really high places. I can pretty much guarantee you a job in whatever department that you're good for, I suppose. But it all comes down to you as well. What you're willing to do.
I mean, I'm willing. There's a lot that I'm willing to do. It really depends on. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna like kill a guy or anything, but
Lenka will visibly hide her hands, even though she cleaned them, but just whoops.
but you know, if you're talking about doing some of the same stuff that we did, like in New York, that's not going to be a problem.
Good. Mm.
I mean, I am going to have to give my boss 2 weeks notice, and there's a
Really?
lot of paperwork. Well,
Isn't there an amount of money that can not get you to stay another 2 weeks?
I mean, I can give him 2 week notice. That doesn't mean I have to go back immediately. It's just what you do. You let them know that 2 weeks from now, I'm not going to be your employee anymore. Like, I built a lot of bridges at the firm. I don't want to just burn them.
That makes sense. I can try and see if he's available to the new boss. I can't promise anything. He's a busy man, of course.
Well, you sure you're okay? You're looking a little
I'm fine.
okay. Okay. Just, you're still my friend and I still worry about you.
I've just seen some shit lately, and it's easy. But hey,
Yeah.
I'm here, and I'm doing okay. I appreciate you being a friend, and she have I act at all saying that.
I mean, if you're in some kind of trouble, you know you can talk to me.
But we can't talk here.
Okay. You want to go up to my suite?
Lenka, being paranoid as fuck, is worried that that suite is going to be rigged to the heavens. So she's thinking hard about that. But eventually she will nod and just get up from her seat. Gesture for her to lead the way.
Okay. And Bambi will lead you back to the bank of elevators, waving at people here and there as she walks through the lobby. The Once you're inside the elevator, she presses her room key up against a card reader inside of the elevator, and the top bank of buttons lights up. She hits one of the buttons that takes you up to not the top floor, but the near the top. She gets out. She leads you down a rather short corridor that doesn't have a lot of doors to it. These are large suites and takes you down to the end of the hall, opens up the door to her suite. And as you enter, this looks like a full on, like, two-bedroom apartment. It's got a full kitchen, it's got a living room, it's got two bedrooms, it's got a wet bar. Like, this is custom deluxe. This is nicer than most people's apartments.
Yep.
You kind of imagine that this has got to be what, like, the blue bloods live like on the daily.
Uh huh. Uh huh. Yeah. I mean, she's also been in her sire's apartments, which are some of them are also this nice.
Yeah,
So just taking
and
it
there's
in.
like actual art on the walls, not like shitty mass-produced hotel art. Like, this is
Hmm.
like art.
Actual expensive art.
Yeah, like actual signed copies of print, paintings from Philadelphia artists. Like, this is top-notch stuff.
Hmm.
She'll lead you over to the couch and she'll take a seat and kind of gesture you to either the couch or one of the few chairs in the room. Like, go ahead, make yourself comfortable.
She will sit down, not very comfortably, at the edge of the seat, but she will sit down in one of the chairs.
So, what's up?
I don't know, man. Just a lot. Some of
Well,
my colleagues think that I'm losing touch. I'm disconnected. Maybe they're right. I am slowly forgetting who I was. But isn't that for the better?
Bambi chews on her lip. Well, yes and no. Like, okay, so people do things in their life that they're not proud of. But if you learn from it and grow from it, then it's not a bad thing. But if you constantly dwell on it, that's a bad thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess. But everyone's been trying to tell me, I guess. I think.
It's it's important to remember where we come from so we can see where we're going.
That makes sense. Ugh. Why is everyone but me right? Sucks.
Well, sometimes that happens. I mean, there's a lot of folks that they just think they're right all the time, and, well, they're not.
Right. You're doing a lot of shifty shit. How do you not? How do you not feel sorry for the bastards?
Well, it takes a moment. So sometimes I, it's all about having a code. Like, yeah, I get up to some pretty slimy shit, but I don't hurt people that don't deserve it. More importantly, I don't hurt people. Not out there breaking kneecaps or, you know, smashing some guy's head in with a 2x4 or some of the other wild shit that some people get into. I The people I do bad shit to have already done bad shit. So it's kind of like punishing them, you know?
Yeah, I can get behind that. What
But
if you do something to someone that didn't do shit?
mm,
He's just
she con- she
had a
considers that
bad day.
for a minute. We all have bad days. And sure, there's some folks that maybe don't deserve it. So you try to do a little good to offset the bad. Like every now and again, I volunteer at a soup kitchen, help the needy. Reminds me that there's still some good to be found in the world.
You think could help me?
I mean, I could try. Don't really have the same connections here that I do in New York, but sure, there's places where we could volunteer and do some, community outreach. There's, you know, reading to kids at the Boys and Girls Club. There's,
Oh, she frowns.
there's cleaning up the local parks. There's a lot of stuff that you can do. I mean, there's got to be volunteer programs out here. It's Philadelphia. This place is a massive city.
Hmm. All right. Do you think it's possible to send like anonymous donations to specific people?
Um, Specific people,
Hmm.
maybe,
Like
but
just a anonymous check to someone?
I mean, there's a lot of charities that you can donate anonymously to. You wouldn't be able to claim it on your taxes because anonymous, but yeah, there's plenty of charities all around.
Hmm. I see. There's a lot of people going missing too. Is there any
Yeah,
way to help those?
well, most folks that go missing tend to go missing from underrepresented or underserved communities, homeless, LGBTQ, uh, drug addicts. Um, you could donate to any one of those charities. Uh, there's Laurel House for victims of domestic violence. There's all sorts of places.
Hmm. I want to do something more though. Doesn't
I
seem
mean,
like it's doing anything by just sending someone some money. Like, what's that gonna do?
you'd be surprised how much good a little bit of money can do to somebody. I mean, especially if you manage to pull your boss in on something like this. If he's got money to just drop on a place like this, he's got to have some money.
Hmm. Pretty sure he owns the place. Wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, he's one of those types. Well, you tell him it
He's.
doesn't matter how nice the room is. I'm not sleeping with him.
Oh no, no, he's married.
My statement stands.
And he's pretty loyal to his wife.
Hmm.
Besides, I don't think he'd be interested in you. No offense.
He looks momentarily hurt by that, but like only so far as like, what? I'm pretty. Like I'm hot. I could get some.
Yeah, yeah. If you're looking
And
to get
like
laid, I know the person.
just like I took exception to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, she's just. But eventually, she kind of settles back into like, all right, well, if he's loyal to his wife, he's loyal to his wife. Nah. But still, I'm not sleeping with him because I'm not sleeping with him, not because he's loyal to his wife.
He's one of those types that owns pretty much everything. And he's a pretty great guy, I think. Think?
I mean, most of those types aren't exactly good people. I mean, they
Oh,
usually.
he's not a good guy. He's not good. Like he'll do some shit. He's seen some shit. He's done some shit. But if you're loyal to him, he's got your back. My experience, at least.
He's a boss. Got it.
Eh, I
So
don't
what he
think he
like?
would classify himself as one.
So like what he runs like the local family or something?
No. No. No.
Here's a question for you, Lenka.
Yeah.
How much of this life is Bambi aware of?
I think she's pretty aware. She's pretty aware. Like she's been working with Lenka and Crystalline for like many, many years. If it hasn't been explicitly told, it's definitely been revealed in other ways. And then it has been much been a thing, like, we don't talk about it.
So, would you say that this could have been framed more as La Cosa Nostra, or is there like no no room for error that like we are blood sucking monsters of the night?
I don't know what it means, the first thing you said.
La Cosa Nostra is the mafia. This
Mm.
our thing is really what it translates to. But
Right.
yeah, like has this been framed as more of like a mob type of deal, or
Yes.
okay?
A
So
a
you would be
mob
looking.
kinda deal, but sometimes shit happened that doesn't make sense. She's just been told to be quiet about it, and she could have been having her own thought about what happened.
Okay. Uh, then yes. So she kind of looks at you for a moment and has that very confused look on her face, like, okay, well, if it's not a mob thing, like, what do you mean he's seen some shit? Like, what could he have possibly seen?
Mm.
Like, clearly he's just some rich guy then, and like, what can rich guys have possibly seen?
Yeah.
Like, I know rich guys, and they're all like spoiled brats with soft hands.
Yeah.
So a lot of what you're saying in relation to John specifically is just not hitting the chord that it should.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's like you can clearly see the confusion
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
Bambi's face. She's just like, all right, I don't,
No,
there's
it's
something
fine.
here I'm not getting.
Yeah, and maybe in time you'll understand. Um, guess you have to meet him first. um, just just trust me when I say that I'm on his side in this, and he's helped me a lot, and I stand by him.
And I'm on your side.
Great. And we're not on her side anymore
Okay.
because here's the thing that I recently learned. She has been, in many ways, how should I word this? Grooming me in the wrong direction. And I take offense to that.
Uh, I can imagine. That's terrible. I'm really sorry to hear that.
There are things I don't remember that I should. And that's fucked up when you can psychologically torture someone. And, you know,
Yeah, I think I get it.
good.
She suddenly looks very uncomfortable.
And I've quite honestly brought you here so that you would not get the same treatment. Because for some reason I care about you.
like to think it's because we're friends.
Yeah. Friends.
He gives you a polite smile. It's not patronizing. Like there is genuine, like Bambi does consider herself your friend, not
Mhm.
just your contact. Um,
And
so
Lenka has a hard time with friend because it means that you're really close and have a lot of love for someone,
mhm.
and she doesn't really know what those feelings mean anymore, and they're kind of just in the way, and that's something that she's aware that she needs to figure out.
Yeah,
It's the thing that she's been talking a lot with Cyrene about, like caring for someone, regardless if they're important to you or not. Like, what does that mean? Caring for another person, another being.
yeah.
So
And are
Lenka,
you communicating?
huh?
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Lenka will, so she will, as she's in her thoughts a little bit, she will just sit more comfortably in the chair and lean back. Still legs crossed, arms crossed, closed body language, but seeming more relaxed and less on edge. And she will send like a little soft smile in Bambi's direction.
Like, do you want a drink or something? Like, your boss man popped for a full bar in a hotel room.
Uh, thanks, but no thanks. I can't drink.
Okay. You don't mind if I have one, do you?
Oh,
That
no.
was some
Go
heavy
ahead.
shit.
Yeah, go ahead.
Then she gets up, saunters over to the bar, mixes herself a drink. She strikes me as a Cosmo girly.
Probably.
So she mixes herself up a cosmopolitan, comes back, sits down on the couch. So you're sure your boss is just gonna hire me?
I mean, we talked about it before. And, I'll be some favors, but I always do. And I'm willing to some favors. He's helped me a lot. He's uh he's helped me go through some shit, and I I wouldn't be here without him. So, yeah. I
Okay.
mean, I can call him right now, see if he's around,
I mean,
but again, he's busy, so
I'm sure you'll get a chance to talk to him. Uh, why don't we just why don't we do a girls' night in? Hmm?
I mean,
We'll watch some shitty movies on your boss's dime. I can order room service. Like we can just hang out.
yeah, I guess so.
And there's this almost delighted squeal as she stomps her feet on the carpet and springs up. She's like, okay, let me just grab the menu. and then we can order just an obscene amount of junk food.
Um, it's really kind of you. Uh, but I'm not gonna eat anything. But you can go ahead and order whatever you need.
You sure? Not even like a banana split or something?
Nah, don't feel like eating anything.
She kind of looks you over.
I
Her
had a big
cheeks
meal
puff.
before. All I can say.
Her cheeks puff a bit. She gives a soft huff. Well, fine. So she
Lenka
grabs
will
the
then. Sorry. Lenka
she
will
grabs
then
the go
walk
ahead.
over. Sorry, Lenka will then go over and look at the menu. Um, and she'll grab her phone. Uh, and she'll just look at Bambi and say, I'll order something for us. Okay, just whatever you want.
Well, they bill room
The whole
service right to
thing.
the room. So I kind of figured that it'd be your boss paying, but
Yeah,
if you want to, that's
yeah.
fine.
I just let me do it. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
And she just hands you the menu and tells you what she wants, and then goes over, sits back on the couch, and grabs the remote and starts looking up, you know, various schlocky horror films.
Mm-hmm. Lenka will go to a different room. Call. Um,
Mhm.
is there? Do I know if there's like any like secret menu for Kindred in here?
Go ahead and give me a resolve and investigation
Oh boy.
to look over this menu. And if you have the Kindred iconography lore sheet, you can add the appropriate dots.
I have nothing in investigation, my dude.
And I guess you're rolling a straight resolve.
I am. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, hold on. I can fix this.
Yes, you can.
I can fix this. Oh, I'm not gonna fix that one. I'm gonna fix that one. I mean, I fixed it.
Okay. Yes, you did in fact fix it.
Yeah. Only two
Um,
successes, but you know.
so you've tried making heads or tails of some of these secret symbols that you've seen John and Alicia, and it seems like everybody fucking else in this city use, but you've never really been able to get a handle on it yourself. So this just looks like a regular old room service menu.
Damn it. She'll order whatever Bambi wanted, and then,
Now,
huh?
you are able to spend willpower to eat food and keep it down, but you will vomit it up at the end of the night.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's great.
Like that is a thing that you can do.
Well, just order like some wine or something
There you go.
for herself.
So you place your order. They tell you that they'll have your order up in like 30 minutes because everything's cooked fresh. So it's going to take them a minute to like actually make the food and then bring it up to the room.
Hmm.
But yeah, so they tell you it's going to be about 30 minutes. Uh, they'll bring it up to the room when it's ready.
Yeah. Goes back into the room and just puts the menu down. I succumbed. Got myself some.
See, there you go. So, what bad horror movie do we want to watch?
Um, I don't really watch a lot of movies lately. Anything you can recommend?
Hmm. Oh, have you seen Suspiria?
No.
Oh, super good. It's one of those artsy fartsy European films that they did a remake for. I think you really like it. It's like really psychological.
Oh, okay. Well, let's do it then. And like Lenka has a hard time figuring out what to do at this moment. She feels like this is awkward and unnecessary, but apparently Bambi likes it, so here we are. And she will sit down again in the same chair. Okay. Legs crossed, arms crossed, trying to smile.
And as the movie begins to play, she starts chittering off little factoids about the movie. Where it was shot and all of the other like piddly, random, mundane trivia about the movie. And after about 30 minutes of this, there is, you actually hear, instead of a knock, you hear a doorbell chime go off in the hotel room and a light kind of strobe. There's just a quick little like flash in time with the chiming of the bells, letting you know that your food has arrived.
All right. Well, Lenka will go up and get it.
Okay. So as you get to the door, would you be peeking through the peephole or would you just throw open the door?
Yes.
Okay.
Always peep.
Well, yeah. So,
You're gonna be mean to me again.
I mean, maybe you look through the peephole and you see a young woman. We'll post the face claim here in beta chat. Uh, wearing a hotel uniform. She's got the push cart. She's got a name badge that reads Elaine.
Okay. I've not
So,
seen her before.
nope, you have never seen this woman before in your own life.
Okay. Um, Lenka will slowly open the door then.
And as you open the door, the woman with the push cart gives you a bright, cheerful smile. You guys ordered room service?
Yeah, we did. Thank you.
Okay. And she pushes the cart forward towards you.
I'll step aside so she can put it inside the door.
Okay.
Is she like trying to like come and like set it up for us as well? Is that what she's doing?
He would be just as happy letting you take the cart.
Okay. She will then just
He
take the
just,
card.
yep, just leave it outside your door when you're done.
Thank you,
You're
Elaine.
welcome. He just kind of like tosses a thumb at her name badge. Well,
Oh,
thank you again so much for choosing the West in Philadelphia, and have a great night.
yeah. Um, a second, and then Linka's gonna pat her pockets and get the box and hand it to her. Sorry, it's not more. It's what I had on me.
And you kind of blipped out. How much are you tipping?
$10.
Okay. She takes it gratefully, and for a moment, her finger brushes yours as she takes the money.
Mm-hmm.
But when she touches you, she kind of recoils. And give me just 1 second. Because I need to.
I have a feeling I'm gonna hate this.
Probably. Who knows? Let's see. Oh, yeah. So that is going to be that. So, got it. Okay. He looks you over and gives a weak smile. You have a nice night. Before she turns and moves with great haste
Oh, I would
down
read that language.
down the length of the hallway and to the elevator.
Mm, mm, mm. Can I insight that bitch? I have body
Uh,
language.
sure. Go ahead and give me a wits and insight. You can add your body language specialty.
Ooh, 6 with a crit.
Um, you can tell that there was some fear and some disgust and the overwhelming need to get the fuck out of Dodge. Like you can
Okay.
tell that she very much the second y'all made physical skin to skin contact, he got the super uncomfies and was out like shout.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. That's interesting. Um, do I know if John himself is in charge of this hotel? Or
You do not know.
closes it, locks it, um, very thoughtfully pushes the cart into the room to Bambi. Hmm, very suspicious. I think she will just in the room with Bambi, make a call and see if she can get in touch with the management of the hotel.
Oh yeah, it's you could call right down to the front desk. The
Hmm.
front desk is going to tell you that at this time of night, management is usually off premises,
Hmm.
but they can have them call you back once they're in first thing in the morning.
She's still gonna call front desk.
Okay. So yeah, you call the front desk. Weston, Philadelphia. How can I help you?
Hi. Do you have someone called Elaine in your staff?
1 minute, and you get put on hold. And 1 minute goes to two. Eventually, the front desk picks up again. Uh, yes, actually, we do. Why is there something wrong?
Um, she just delivered some food to us. But I think she forgot something up here. Could you send her back, please?
Um, we can send around one of our janitorial staff. They can pick anything up that she might have left behind, and we'll have it delivered down to the front desk, and she can pick it up when her shift's over.
Why can't you just send Elaine up?
Unfortunately, there is some safety issues concern. It is hotel
Like,
policy. It's hotel policy
what is hotel policy?
that we don't just send individuals back up to a room, but we can have a member of either our security or janitorial staff pick up anything that our staffers might have left behind.
You know what? Never mind. I'll bring it down when I'm done. And she
Excellent.
hangs up.
So
Fuck us up with that.
that read very much like, well, Elaine is a young woman, and quite
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
frankly, we're not just gonna send her up
Oh
to
yeah.
somebody's room unless she's doing her job.
No, I get it. It's just Lenka being like grumpy,
Oh yeah.
because she grumpy. Um,
So is this how you're going to spend the remainder of your night, watching bad horror movies and drinking wine with Bambi?
no, no. Um,
Okay.
hmm, hmm. Does Rook live in the same building as Irene Lenka, or does he live in his own building, or
Uh, Rook
in
would be living.
apartments, or?
Rook would be living nearby. Uh, he doesn't live in the same building,
Mm,
but he does live on the same street.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. All right.
So going back towards your haven would put you in the vicinity of Rook. Yes.
Okay. Um, I think Lenka is gonna. She's gonna look concerned. um, and is pacing a little bit, and she's gonna call Rook and or text him and ask him to come to this hotel to this suite as soon as he can.
Okay. Uh, he tells you it's probably going to take him a good 20 minutes to get across town, but he should be able to manage it.
All right. Just and answering with good boy. And then
Okay.
she sits down on the couch next to Bambi. Not like directly next to, so they are touching, but you know, on the opposite side of the couch.
Yeah. 20 minutes passes by and the room phone rings. Bambi
Hmm.
pauses the Bambi pauses the movie, heads over, picks up the room phone. Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, no. I mean, do I d- and she covers over the mouthpiece of the phone and looks over at you. Did I you have a you have a visitor?
Yeah, that's Rook. Send him up.
Oh, okay. And she gets back on the phone. Yeah, just send him up. Okay, thank you. And she hangs up.
Hmm.
She goes back over, takes her seat on the couch, and after a minute or two, there's another. The door chime goes off, letting you know that there is again someone at the door.
And Lenka will go and look through the peephole to make sure that it's Rook.
Oh, it's Rook.
And no one else?
Just Rook.
Okay. Opening up and letting him in. She's
Okay.
being super paranoid right now.
Hmm. As he walks inside, he just kind of looks you over like, "What the fuck has you all worked up?"
It's a tough night, okay? You have the opportunity of your life to stay luxury suite for the night. Aren't you lucky?
So you need me to do a job.
I need you to take care of that woman. Points over at Bambi. Make sure.
He looks over at Bambi and turns back to you with a lecherous grin. You want me to take care of her or take care of
No,
her?
no, no. Listen here, idiot.
What? I'm just asking for
She.
specificity.
You've been too much in the presence of Mama. You've been too much. Ugh.
Yes or no? She's an attractive woman.
Is she? She is. I'm sorry, she is.
Exactly. And you tell me to take care of her. You do
I
know what
want
I do for a
you
living.
to fucking protect her.
See, that is better. I will protect her,
Thank you.
but only because you're asking me.
Uh huh.
Now, if we happen to
Hmm.
hit it off, is there anything that's off limits? I just don't want to overstep.
Lenka will just eye roll and walk back to me. So this is Rook. Rook, this is Bambi. I had a weird feeling about one of the staff members. He's gonna stay here and make sure that you're okay.
Bambi just kind of nods. There's a bit of a blush to her cheeks, but you can't quite tell if it's because Rook is incredibly attractive or if she's already on her third cosmopolitan of the night.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
Uh, and seems to have been rather heavy handed with her pores. So,
Of course.
I mean, hey,
uh,
when you've got a full bar at your disposal, like,
I mean, why wouldn't you? Right?
and it's not her dime or your dime that's paying for it. So, like, the fuck does
Yeah.
she care?
Um, Rook.
Yes.
No sex. No fucking.
I'm hurt. I'm
Leave her
hurt that you.
alone.
Fine. Bambi
I'll
looks a
watch that
little.
psychological horror if you want.
Bambi looks a little let down at that.
Don't look like don't look at me like that. You're drunk as a skunk. Isn't that what you say?
She opens her mouth as if she's about to protest, but then just kind of pouts and shuffles herself back into the corner of the couch, like, fine. I'm
Listen,
ready to
I
go home.
don't care as long tomorrow when you're not drunk, you can make wise decisions and you can I don't care what you do, the two of you. I don't care. And I don't want to know. Last night. Got it.
And Rook just holds his hands up, palms out, like, hey, you said no. I'm not gonna. So, is there anything else you want to accomplish tonight? You've got protection for Bambi.
Um I, before heading out and going back to her own place, she will I don't know if she had I don't I think that if she wanted to talk to John, it would have to be through Gideon, right? Like that's the right channel.
I mean,
Or where does he have people?
so
Like,
you know he has people, and
mhm,
you are a member of the prince's private coterie.
right?
But like, there's a certain amount of, and if I'm not mistaken, you took John as a mullah, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. I did it.
So that does provide you with a certain level of access that is not available to most of the other kindred of the city. Like, you can call him up for like mullah shit.
Okay. Um, I think she will not inconvenience him with something as trivial as this. Um, like so immediately. But she will shoot him a text asking uh to talk business whenever he is available, considering Bambi.
He
And
yeah,
yeah,
it it takes a little longer than you think it should for a text, but
I mean,
he does get back to you. Um, it reads more like a business email than a text message between friends, or uh
yeah,
mentor and protege in this regard. uh it's just very, proper punctuation and capitalization, all of that.
yeah.
uh Definitely reads more like an official correspondence than a text message.
Hmm.
um but he tells you that his office is always open to you, and if there needs to be things discussed, that you know where to find him. And uh he's actually going to be at the law firm for a couple of nights. He's going over some of the last of the paperwork, and so he's going to be in his office if
Yeah.
you need to go talk to him.
Okay. Um. Well, she definitely needs to come on the couch right now, but we'll also ask the question if he is in charge, or if he knows who's in charge of this hotel. Um.
um he would let you know that while he owns the building, the Westin Philadelphia is operated by the Marriott Bonvoy Corporation,
Mm-hmm.
but that he owns the building, just not the chain that operates the hotel.
Right. Okay.
But you would know Marriott Bonvoy is a rather large, it's an international chain, and they operate all levels of hotels from, you know, your average hotel on up through the luxury deluxe hotels like the Westin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And this isn't even the only hotel that bears the Westin name. There's all over the world there are hotels called the Westin that are operated by this same chain.
Okay. She'll just finish off with suspicious personnel, and then, yeah,
Suspicious. To be safe.
trying.
But is there anything else you want to accomplish this evening before you head back to uh, your
No,
haven?
she's just gonna tell baby, Bambi, that's a great night, and that she is looking forward to having her here in the city, and that they're gonna do business in the coming days, and that she is to stay safe. And then she heads home.
Okay. And as you are on your way back home, go ahead and give me a wits and awareness, please.
Mm, of course. Of course I will. She did not drink any wine, by the way. She didn't have time for that shit.
Okay.
Um, gonna willpower that if I can.
I mean, it's one of those sliding scales, so there's no fixed difficulty on this one. But okay.
I reroll and still only one.
I mean, it do be like that sometimes.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Okay. So yeah, you nothing jumps out at you. You make your way home, walk into the building, head up to your apartment. As you walk back inside and close the door, you look over at the bedroom. You know you're going to have to deal with what you did to the bed before you can feel good about tonight.
Yeah.
But
Um.
first,
Oh
but
goodness.
first, I would like you to go ahead and roll for me 4 dice,
All
no
right.
hunger dice.
This is so nerve wracking. 4 dice, just straight up 4 dice. Okay, here you go.
Just straight up four dice. Hey, there you go.
No, it's a
So
relief of my life.
you pass your remorse check.
Oh God. Yes.
Lenka, you killed a guy tonight
Didn't I?
and then proceeded on with your night more or less like nothing happened.
Oh, she
But
was not
but now
happy,
it's
but
I'm sure, but now it is starting to hit you a bit more intensely, this wave of guilt that you feel of shame. You should be getting better, not worse. And while you didn't take a tumble tonight, you did still certainly take some stains. Uh, it was not great. You don't feel good about it. You haven't felt good about it, no matter how well you were trying to mask, even if it was just from yourself. Though you did show Bambi a decent time tonight, even if you did scare the ever loving shit out of her with some of the things that you said.
yeah. Um, can I say that she's try and process all of this while she is tidying up the bedroom. She's essentially not taking all of the broken things and putting them in a pile in a corner to deal with it later, and then finding the blanket that's in her, and she's gonna use
Mhm.
that in her bed.
Okay.
um, and she's laying down. She's done ready for bed. She's laying down, and she's on her phone, and she's actually looking up charities to help um, missing people's um, charities and like grieving charities, like
Ooh,
people are that are left behind.
sounds like sounds like we're getting ready to start a project.
Yeah.
So, what is your wits and tech?
Oh, my wits and tech.
Mhm.
Oh, my tech is 0 and my wits are is 3.
Okay. Okay. So, how about your resolve and investigation?
Same.
Okay, well, either one of those will work.
Okay. Okay. So I just roll the 3 dice.
Yep. Don't forget your hunger die.
Yep. Ooh,
Hey.
nice. 3.
So you've been able to build a decent list of potential charities. What I want you to do is I want you to, if you would like to do this as a project,
Mhm.
think about what background dots you're going to stake on this. So,
Yeah.
for example, it could be uh, resources. Right now, resources is probably going to be your best bet. Um,
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
so, depending on how many resource dots you want to bet on this project, will add dice to your launch, your project launch roll.
Okay.
So, your project launch roll would already be, let's see, is going to be intelligence and finance.
Oh, I have a dot in finance and
Oh, there
1
you
dot in
go.
intelligence.
And then, so you
Oh
would
goodness.
Wow.
Uh-huh. This is so bad.
So
Oh no.
you're gonna have two dice for your
Oh.
but there's no blood dice involved in this. So like and each dot of resources that you put up on the chopping block for this will give you one dot will give you one die. So if you have three dots in resources and want to put all three of those dots up, you'd have five dice to roll your launch roll.
Oh man. I can't do that to all three.
Okay. Now, if you add one dot of resources, that would give you three dice total for your launch roll.
Yeah.
Like you do have to stake something,
Mhm.
but you don't have to stake everything, if that makes any kind of sense.
It does. Does make
Okay.
sense. Mhm. I think I'm gonna and if I don't get do I need one success or do I need
Ideally, you need as many as you can get, but there's no willpower, there's no blood dice. So
right.
what you roll is what you roll versus the difficulty of what you're trying to do.
And if I lose the dots put like I put up. If what?
If you do not pass the difficulty at the end of the project, whenever it is you end the project, if you
Okay.
uh
I'm gonna just do one dot.
okay,
I'm a wuss.
that's fine.
So that's 3 dice. Do I just roll that now?
Yep.
Okay. Ooh. Oh, one. I
Okay.
mean,
It's look,
it's a success.
exactly. It is a success.
Uh,
So don't sweat it. It's just going to take a little longer.
mhm.
So this is going to be, you know, you're probably not going to know anything until a couple weeks pass, like out of game, like actual weeks.
Mhm. Yeah,
Um,
that's fine. Ugh.
so it's you're donating to charities.
Yeah.
Like you're finding charities that you can donate to and then donating anonymously. We're
Yeah.
not we're not talking about like doing secret squirrel shit. So your dice pool doesn't need to be crazy big to be effective.
Mhm.
You're just going to need you're going to need at least two successes when you close out the project.
Okay.
So,
So
um,
hypothetically,
mhm,
I can't do that right. Like if were I to buy a second dot in intelligence or finance or whatever, would that add to the pool or is it the pool as it is now?
that would add to your end pool.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
You won't be able to buy resources while the project is going on,
That is fair.
so just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
But even if you do lose a dot of resources because your project wasn't successful, um, you can still buy that dot right back if you have the XP for it.
Mhm.
So like that's also something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Um,
I almost have enough for a second dot in intelligence, but I don't have it right now.
okay. Well, then you certainly should have it by the end of our next coterie session. because you'll get another 7 XP at the end of that.
Right.
Um, but we have taken time with one of our touchstones. We have assigned her a bodyguard for the evening. We had a very strange interaction with a room service delivery girl.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and now we're looking at how to donate some money to charity. Is there anything else you wanted to accomplish tonight?
Nope.
All right. So,
Maybe I'll send a text. Sorry for the bed.
okay. Who are you going to send a text to?
Sorry, just saying sorry for the bed. Fix
Okay.
it.
So, you can send that in that private
Mm,
thread.
I
Um,
will.
so as you feel your beast begin to rile a little bit because the sun is now threatening to broach the horizon. So you cocoon up in the bed, and as the first rays of light begin to crest the tops of the buildings, we will call this touchstone session of Philly by Night to a close. I shall dismiss the demon, and then you can go about your night.
Bye.